1664 bật xanh mở hu chấp.
Depends on the righteousness of things. Ah. Wait.
Set's just one of those champions where the moment you get a single augment, it changes the entire game. And in his case, we're looking at numbers you'll never see in League of Legends. Enjoy watching me one-tap everyone.
I mean, I have back to basics, so
Okay.
theoretically, we should.
I want to go for like all the percentages. You see, the problem is like, I think ADHD, it's become like the norm. It might just be kids nowadays with how much like dopamine they get all the time. I don't even know if it's an ADHD thing at this point. I think it's just like normal existence for people to not be able to like sit down for 3 seconds and watch a video, for example. If a video buffered for longer than 3 seconds, can you honestly tell me you wouldn't get pissed? I don't think so. That's insane. I have Jewel Gauntlet. Dude, it's crazy. I actually got Jewel Gauntlet with the Force of Entropy too, dude. Like, I'm just maxed here. I just go Atmas, and then it's GG. I clicked the wrong one. I just fucking punch him in the face, dude. Damn. What do you want here? Wisdom? Does that even matter?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
More level with your passive? More base HP with your crown?
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Yeah, so like, for example, my parents, it's funny, they always criticize us for our screen time, and now, you know, they love the screens. It's just more fun, bro. Like, they always wonder, why do you guys always play so many games? Right? Always talking about me and my brother. You guys are always playing games. Why do you like games so much? Dude, have you played a game? Like, I love games. I can't wait to get hit here. Nice, good punch, good.
Yeah.
Blast. Dude, that wasn't even the true damage part. Let me look at this guy. So, it's an interesting discussion, being like self-aware of how your brain has changed, right? We call it TikTok brain, but like, that's everyone at this point. I'm gonna blast the fuck out of this guy. Okay, that would have been a lot cooler if it actually killed him, you know what I mean? That would have been an ice cold line. Alright, Guildforce is good.
It's
but...
good surveillance. Watch his enemies.
Yeah. He's just always saying like edgy shit on a rooftop. My mom flames me for watching TikToks while she watches YouTube shorts and Instagram reels on our computer. That's the classic right there. I should put my chat on screen. My bad. I mean, I don't think my YouTube audience cares today. What other games do you like? Supervive. I might just flash on them? I don't know. Oh, I don't have flash. Oh, GG. Ooh.
Oh.
Man, I can't quite get the one tap. Let me look at this auction.
Yeah.
Come on, hit me. Hit me, bro, hit me. Oh, the set E bug. I love it. For some reason, sets E with Force Entropy, it does the pull, and then it does like an extra jump. He's invis down here.
Yeah.
Hey, I missed. Oh, you got him though, you got him. I think you hit. Nice.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I didn't believe you.
Well, if I make this read, I know I'm making the other read, for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a case of Gibbons. No, I want to crit damage. I'll go Armor Pen? No. Has to be Fortune, get more. I will get my thing. Expo Companion, I'll hold it. Yeah. How's the difference between the YouTube audience and Twitch audience in your experience? My Twitch audience doesn't fuck with me. My YouTube audience does. But that's a case of sampling bias, right? You're gonna get a lot more. If there's 1,000 people in a chat, you're more likely to get annoying people, right? Let's go get these guys. I'll get the Malphite into the Ash. Okay, never mind. Ooh. Yeah, hit me. No, come on. Why is that not doing shit? I need more AD.
You need Overlords.
I need Overlords, yeah. Do you see the jump, dude? Like, how stupid is that? I E, and then the second part of it just launches them higher for some reason. Did you ever get outskilled so hard you just turned the game off for the day? Not that I can remember. I'm the kind of person who, if I lose, even if I'm salty, I will always go back in my head and just think, like, what could I have done better? I agree. Let's go.
When they do it to us.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's like, oh, cringe. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a job, King? You're watching it right now. Oh, what the heck? No! I actually wanted that. Alright, I'm gonna roll for like a crit thing or AD thing. I don't know. Fruits of your labor. Lemon Pain is interesting. I might just roll. I got Infernal. I'll get the dragon in a sec.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I'll get dragon. I'll sell in a moment. I could just buy Blood Meal right now, actually. I'll get my thingy anyway.
Yeah.
Where is this item? Here you go. Alright, 291. There you go. Have you tried Balatro? No. I haven't. How long did it take you to get used to your WC comp? When I was 13, it took me 3 months. Only 3 months. But that's because I didn't have to unlearn anything really. Like, not really, you know? No, he's too fucking fast, man. He's too fast. Okay. I've got the top side pillar. Oh, blast him right here. Oh my god.
Oh, nice. Okay, doing some damage.
I'll pull him into this. Boom. Ah, almost. The fact that Gore Drinker has no animation is so nice. You can just do it. I'll wait. Oh, that's it. There you go.
Nice.
There you go. Yes, dude. Okay. You did 26k with Set W. What the hell? That must have been Jewel Gauntlet, right? Must have been. Okay. I think I'll buy and sell because I have so many opportunities. Lots of opportunities. Ooh. Prowlers is good. So is Reverb. How much does Reverb give me? AD? 50 max health per 10% bonus attack speed. I have 90. It's like okay. Nah, we'll go again. Damn. Okay, I'll hold on to the Cloak of Starry. I'll get multiple. I'm due. I'm due soon. Thank you for the membership. Welcome. Is that Worm? Oh, it's Wom. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Like, zoom in there. That's not a second monitor. That's like literally a laptop. Hit me, bitch. Hit me. More, hit me more. Yes, here we go. Okay. I'm always one off, dude.
Yeah.
God damn. Why? Just almost there. Collector versus LDR is probably the most clear IQ test in League of Legends that you could give anyone. It's like, are you an idiot, right? Oh, dude. 7.5 more. Ah, I missed. I was literally like short the range. I'll get to the other side.
Alright.
Oh, they actually got us for once, eh? Dude, you just beat that guy to death.
Bitch, yeah.
Also my fucking E, dude. No, Force of Entropy. Ah. You got me there. Turbo Chem Tank is the way to win. Ah, sorry. Only I learned that W. Love your content, but been having a tough time moving recently. But your videos are always great. Thank you, yeah. Happy to help. Heavy Hitter is crazy. I also got Dive Bomber. Do you have anything? It's either that or it's Flashbang, right? It's funny. Serbian Death might be crazy. I kind of want a heavy hit though. No. If I heavy hitter, it's like too easy. It's way too easy. I'll do this in case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll do the Serbian Death. Just so I could do like the clutch bam, you know? Yeah. IE at the end? Yeah, we can get some... We can cap off in a bit. I need my percentages though. Like this, like I'm already killing the guy's problem. I need my W. I put that in that guy's face, dude. Holy shit. 5,700. Yo, I needed flashbang. I needed to be able to do that every round, bro. Just fucking launch. There you go. You considering a VOD channel? Yeah, I am. Sure. Okay. Give me my prismatic. Warmogs is okay for now, right? 1,100. It's a big chunk. Where the fuck is this thing, bro? I don't understand. Oh, sort of the... Nah. This must be nuts. I don't need Atmas anymore then. Even though it gives me HP. Right? It's like not that much. Percentage, please, thank you. Hey, I got Twin Mask. Do you think you're gonna go for that shit? I think Twin Mask is probably better.
I don't have any rerolls.
Okay. Do you mind later? I mean,
I can try, yeah.
Twin Mask is definitely higher,
like,
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's Alistar anyway. Let me see this. Because it's 26%, right? So 15% of yours. Yeah, this is probably higher than 20% eventually. Ooh, that's not even the true damage. No, fuck, I should have turned earlier. Nah, my bad. I guess you have to like... You have to walk around and just dodge hook maybe. Or not even that you can. You ulti. Oh, you have no ulti, right. Fuck, dude, no. No, he's gonna...
Oh, bro.
No! I'm gonna flash on this bitch the moment I get a chance, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Holy
bro.
shit. Thank you, I got Dragonheart. Take Dragonheart over Warmonks because it's basically the same. I mean, Black Hole's good too. Keep Black Hole to keep him still. Okay, I think everything from here is important. I already passed up Demon Kings. This is the most 80 that I can get. Let's see. I'm getting a lot of your shit. 1800. You can sell your Pyro eventually.
Yeah.
Let's go more health. I don't think I can replace anything with IE, honestly. At most it would be like the Black Hole Gauntlet, throw that away. So max 7800, I can do like a 16k damage. Let's go. Nah, I want to one-tap this Malphite, man. I want to do it. Come on, hit me. Yes! Boom! Oh my god! 11,000! I did 11,000. I'll give this guy some... Oh my god!
Shit.
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
I'll just...
Okay.
Okay, bomba. Nice, we get to play a little bit more. Alright, now you sell your Pyro and you get your shit. You can get Dragonheart and a Twin. Did you ever pass up Twin? Do you remember?
No, I didn't pass
You
it
didn't?
up.
Okay. Alright, it's all you. Good luck. Guess I get more AD. I'm thinking 166%. Oh wait, 80 is so important. What the fuck? Yeah. Oh, I should have went crit maybe for the overcap. 169%. Yeah. Okay. Why not go for Demon Kings? So I just said actually, I already passed up Demon Kings. It's gone. That didn't even hurt me is the problem. Shit. I messed it up. Oh, you good though? Nice kick. There you go. Punt that bitch. Yeah. Oh, he... Oh. Damn.
That was close.
He got you.
Yeah.
Alright, this one I take serious. I'm just gonna hit him anyway. I wanted to save up
Yeah.
in Bomba. It's funny, we still have Alistar. More shards. Lethality doesn't even matter here. Ooh. I'll get my juice.
Finally
Yeah?
got it.
Okay.
Like 4 rolls.
14. Dude, I have 1,080. So I do 17,000 damage max. And I crit that shit. I crit that shit with this. I could do 34k, 35k. Yeah.
Damn.
Big. Subaratan? Yeah, growth. Why Dragonheart over Demon Kings? It's not Dragonheart over Demon Kings. It was Twin Mask over Demon Kings and Dragonheart secondary. You can't get it again if you have to roll over. You have to get like all the other extra ones. Ooh, 27k! Let me do it again.
Do it again.
Holy shit. I killed... Dude, I hit him so hard he might die next round too. Just boom. Gameplay, that's right. Even more gameplay right here.
Oh, no,
I'm gonna just bomb him with this, maybe. I'll get the Malphite. 24, okay. 24 karat magic
Alright.
in your fucking
he's
face. 35! I did 35. That wasn't wait, so I wasn't even capped. What the fuck? Damn, I have some extra shit I can sell. Yo, what if I got crit damage on this? What if I rolled? Crit damage, come on. No, I didn't get it. Okay, IE it is then. Finish
Oh
with
wait,
this
I got
shit.
Dragon as
Yeah? Okay.
So I just have the 3 fucking like percent increases plus overlords.
Yeah. Unbreakable. Damn. Okay, let's finish. Let's finish this. I can do 26,000 damage by default. So I'll do up to, what, 60k? Who would even... Like, I want to see a big-ass tank take my W. You know what I mean?
Here's some, like, gotcha game numbers you're out.
Right. Straight up, dude. Guy didn't even take my shield. I'll fake his spear. Oh, he's waiting. Oh, you don't want to hit me with that. If he hit me with a pillar, it was GG. Oh, shit. Boom. Not enough. Oh, did we win? No. I hit him with the regular part. GG. Because the overcap damage counts in the match history too, right? Let me see.
205,000.
Yeah. And like half of that was in the last 2 rounds or something, you know? Just
Yeah.
boom.
I keep doing this.
Oh my.
Okay, fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop some W's and stuff. Ulti here. Yo, Udyr has flash, okay? If he ever looks like he's gonna do it, he will do it. You got that guy though, right? Yeah. Here. I'm blocking in the middle.
I mean, if you're dropping bombs like this, I don't even know about this.
Bentelect is still posting videos, but ever since his expose, he's lost all support on basically every platform.
Ooh.
TikTok was where he started, and you might describe his style as laughing at the most basic memes he stole from Reddit. The format was extremely consistent. He'd put himself at the bottom and the meme at the top, then just read exactly what it said. But whilst reading
I should do that. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah.
the final word, he'd always force the fakest laugh, as if the sentence was just too funny to finish.
I once dated this girl who spoke so much about her ex that even I end up missing the dude. This is the only call I want. Healthy relationship. I must be blocked from it or something. I don't know what this dog is going through, but I can relate to the core.
The content was repetitive and completely devoid of effort, initially catching the attention of Nick is Not Green, who was the first to slam Bentelect in the video shown on screen.
You're reading something that somebody else wrote, and then you just laugh at it. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Within months, this was echoed by multiple.
Well, the best thing is like Carlos Mencia did that, and even Carlos Mencia was funnier than this. Right? Because he would steal people's jokes, but he was a great... At least Carlos Mencia could put on a show. You know, he was a funny guy, right? He could go on and do it. He doesn't go... Yeah, at least he had the delivery.
YouTubers.
Bentelect, you suck, dude. I don't like the types of videos you're making. You know you're not enjoying it.
While even Billie Eilish roasted Bentelect.
By the way, I think this is kind of cringe whenever somebody makes a video complaining about the way somebody else makes videos. I think the reason why people get mad about this stuff is that they see somebody who's doing really well, and they're doing well in a way that there's somebody else on the internet thinks that like they don't deserve. Like, oh, this person doesn't deserve this level of success for what they're doing, and it makes them mad. That's silly to me. I think that's very, very silly. But it is low effort, by the way. It absolutely is.
His incredibly fake laugh.
Facts.
However, it didn't seem like Bentelect was doing anything wrong, and by watching his videos, he seemed like a friendly guy.
It is so
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Yeah, he's just doing it.
awesome to be able to make people laugh just by sharing the tweets and memes that I think are funny and like bringing them to life in a way.
And he definitely felt
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
genuine when talking about his fans.
One of my favorite things about social media is that I have people that I can communicate with, engage with. I kind of pride myself on being one of the creators who actually responds to DMs, takes feedback from fans.
Ben believed he was being attacked because of the following reason.
You're just an easy target because you're almost obnoxiously like happy. And that's like how I am in general.
Although it'd be through another Nick is Not Green video that Bentelect's false kindness began to get exposed. Nick revealed that Ben had copyright struck the previous video he'd made on him.
Not just
Ooh. Uh-oh. Nobody likes that. That's the one thing on YouTube that everybody agrees is bad. People don't agree on if the earth is flat. They don't agree on if women should vote. They don't agree on racism. But you do not fucking copy strike somebody like this just because they're criticizing what you're saying. That's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, it could be flat, right? I mean, who knows? I mean, I've never been up there. I mean, I don't know.
Copyright claim, but copyright strike my video and get it taken down because I was making fun of him. He even wrote the whole entire email out.
With the email reading, this video should be removed and wanted to be looked into further. A large
Oh my god.
part of the video is content that I created, including videos from the video sharing app Cameo and screen recordings of my social media accounts. About half the content in this video is my work, which you could only describe as laughable.
Yeah, he basically complained that I was stealing his content and would link videos of him just stealing other people's content.
Nick then exposed that even Bentelex's tweets were stolen.
He doesn't just use other people's content to make his own, but he straight up steals it and reposts it on Twitter. When I say the other day, it can be any time between yesterday and my birth. That's a shit.
How many likes did this get? It only got 900 likes. Like, it's not even a big deal. Like, you're doing this for nothing. You being a rat for free.
And my birth. That's a shameless one. Sheesh. Bentelect, come.
Why the fuck are they fixating on him? I actually think so far, I think that all of the people complaining about him are more cringe than him. I do. Because he's staying in his lane. Now, obviously, the copy strike is like, okay, that's the turning point, right? But before then, honestly deserved. But like, I don't like this idea that people on the internet think that other people are accountable to what they believe is acceptable content. I think that it is narcissistic, entitled, and it has like massive main character syndrome. If other people like watching this video, like Sniper Wolf, right? Or something like that, if they like watching it, good. Go ahead, let them watch it. You think it's low effort? I think that there are tons of videos on the internet that are literal garbage. But it doesn't matter because I'm not watching them. It's not for me. That's what I think. And I think people are really mad whenever a person like that sees success because they think it's unfair. That's the reason why.
Come on, man.
As well as the concepts for his less frequent comedy skits, which were stolen in their entirety from other already popular TikToks. Noah Samson then posted this video in which you'd find that Ben...
Which, this part is cringe. Yeah, that is... I actually do think this is bad to do that.
Had admitted to stealing content.
I actually just did a spoof on another guy who had that idea.
While debunking Ben's claim about crediting the original person.
Bentelect explains that he did base the sketch off of someone else's work, but he insisted that he tagged that person. But after doing a bit of digging,
whenever I see a lot of the posts that people do with like those like meme formats, I feel like a lot of people do it and there's not really an original text to it. It's just that everybody does their own version. Like, maybe I'm not part of the TikTok culture enough, but I don't even know that crediting the original person is the normal etiquette. It's an iteration. Yeah, it's like remember like those memes back on like 4chan in like 2010 where like everybody would post their own version of like Advice Dog or, you know, the awkward penguin? Doesn't make it okay? I think it does though, right? Because like, how do we know that this person invented it? If this is a common Twitter trend, Jesus, common TikTok trend, how do we know that specific person did it? You see what I'm saying? Because like, there's a bunch of people that also probably do it. So who is it?
it turns out that was a lie. So as you can tell by the description, no one is tagged.
Bentelect was
He should have never said that he tagged them. That's stupid of him. Why would he say that? And that's the reason why he's a rat. He's a rat. He's not a rat for what he's doing. He's a rat for how he responds. He responds by lying to people and by copyright striking them. That's cringe.
Losing favor, resulting in quite possibly TikTok's strangest meme ever. People began stitching Bentelect's videos with weird, scary images and a generated creepy voice.
Things that don't exist anymore.
The only thing that doesn't exist anymore will be you, Benny Boy, after we suck your soul from your body.
The meme progressed into many different formats, with one of its contributors, John Castelline, using it to show more of Bentelek's hidden anger. John simply joked that Ben was probably scared of the memes.
This dude goes to bed with the slightest thought in the back of his head that someone is actually gonna take things a little seriously. I'm on my way to your house.
Which led Bentelek to reply,
I don't think that's unreasonable. I think that it's weird to say that about people. I think that I think saying that you're going to go to somebody's house, I think that's over the line. I do. I think it's over the line, especially with the history that this has happened to people. It's not like this is an unknown thing. It's happened to a lot of people.
You kind of look like Woody from Toy Story. And lastly, dude just sits in his room telling stories in his bed.
And while it didn't seem like Ben was all that angry,
whenever I hear that, I think of the Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other and it's the same guy. You're all lazy. We're all lazy. Stop it. What are you doing?
John then revealed this.
If this guy was actually mad, did he at least reach out to me and say something to me? So I go on Instagram and find out that he called me about 17 times.
Ben was making it...
Okay. Okay, Ben's crazy. Yeah, he crazy. He nuts.
Obvious that he was completely different off camera, with the best example discovered by fans of the H3 podcast. Ooh. Ethan and Ayla had previously roasted Bentelek.
Yeah, I mean, it's super unfunny. He laughs at everything and he goes fast.
Wow, that's painful.
Leading Ben to take a shot at Ayla in a video titled
Top 5 People Who Hate Me. Number 1, Hila Klein. She looks like she hasn't smiled in years, so I'm not surprised.
H3 fans began to question why be mean to Ayla? Why insult her appearance? It felt so unnecessary and weird, with the top comment predicting he might have a hidden disdain for women. People...
To be fair, anytime you criticize a woman, somebody says this. If I roll dice and I say I'm going to roll a 6, I will eventually say I'm going to roll a 6 and I roll a 6. That doesn't necessarily mean that I did it on purpose.
Saying that about her never smiling or whatever, it's sexism. It's misogyny, plain and simple. So when these misogynistic men decide to attack Ayla, that's one of their points. Bentelek had eerily stated,
"We all have secrets, right? Like straight up. That's just the way it is."
Without realizing his were about to get exposed. On the 30th of July 2023, Ben and a model named Jordan Max had arranged to make a podcast in which they tasted pickles. However, just 3 hours before we were supposed to record, Bentelek texted Jordan requesting to film an extra bit of content. "Do you want to make a video for OnlyFans?" When she responded, "Today. No. You need a TTS test from within the last 14 days and an OnlyFans creator account." Bentelek then clarified, "I mean a video for your page." "Doing what? I don't know, what performs the best on your page? I was just thinking you're helping me with doing a video for my YouTube, so maybe I could help with your OnlyFans. I'm good, thanks. Thanks though. No worries. Hey, gonna do the pickle video with someone else. Thanks though. Okay, any particular reason why? To be honest, I thought it would just be fun to film and see where things go. But I got it. Ben was basically...
Do you remember what I said about how if you talk to women like they're people, you've automatically beat 50% of men? See?
saying his goal was simply to get freaky, although in the beginning no one seemed to care. The tweet confirming it was Ben had just a couple hundred likes, until a full 10 days later, when Ben shot himself in the foot by sending another message. You need to take this tweet.
This is the one thing that people hate the most, is guys like this, who are this like pretend nice guy. Oh, peace and love, good vibes, posy vibes. Meanwhile, I'm gonna sue you. I fucking hate you. You're ugly. Do you want to have sex? No. Okay, I don't want to make content with you anymore. Like, it's just like, dude, the nicest people are always the biggest rats. Now, I've had a number of cases. You guys know that, hey, I'm not saying the names. It's not me saying the names. But we all know them.
Down or I will sue you. Jordan didn't delete her tweet, and within hours had instead written a new one. So it turns out that I'm not the only one Bentelect has tried this with. Another woman who wishes to stay anonymous DM'd.
Y'all remember what I went and said about how whenever a dude gets exposed for being one of these people, that it's never just a isolated incident. It's always like 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Man.
Me with screenshots from conversations that she had with him as well. Do you want to come over here and spend some time with me? Because on a side note, I do think I could probably make us some money on OnlyFans. Bentelek blanks crazy blank into oblivion. If you come over, I'll give you $1,000. I just really want you. I'm good right now. Don't try to bribe me with money, that's weird. No, that is weird. But I want to see you. Ben then followed this up with some messages via text, and when eventually rejected, he was totally disrespectful. One day later, Jordan
It's like, this is like one of those things where it's like uncomfortable to read because of how like weird it is. You know? It's like, Jesus, bro, like, r/nice guys. Yeah, bro. Like, yep, there it is. It's damning. Translate, please. Oh, he's just a rat. He just a rat. That's about it. He really wants to do OnlyFans? No, he just uses that so... Yeah, he's just using that as a way to imply what he's saying.
Text, and when eventually rejected, he was totally disrespectful. One day later, Jordan tweeted again, we got another DM from another anonymous woman, which read, OMG, I've dealt with Bentelek too. Actually, he's bothered a lot of women. I don't have any screenshots from our 3-day hangout, but he told me he loved me and asked me to move in right away. I started pushing back that it was too much, and he flipped out on me. It was days after I was cheated on, and he was like, I don't want to talk about your feelings. I want to talk about us. He also
It's crazy that you can be, I'm going to be real. I think he's a conventionally attractive guy. I do. And I'm not saying he's a 10. He's not Henry Cavill. But he's also not Gollum. He's a conventionally attractive guy. He's successful. He's probably rich. And he's still doing this. He's still acting like a 13-year-old. It's crazy. What's going on? Well, this is amazing. He's a fuckboy. It's not even bad parents. I don't even know. That's what I was thinking. Yes, it's like you don't even need to do this. No emotional intelligence. Pride Month is over. Oh, does this mean that we hate gay people now? Yeah, like that month is over, so now we can go back to hating them? Is that it? Yeah? Oh, okay. Jeez, I forgot. Oh, look at the time. No, here's the thing, right? All I'm saying is that with these people, right, they're so fucking creepy and weird. There's a lot of people like this out there, too. It's insane.
Also drank 2 1.75 liquor bottles of mine.
It's always the nicest, fakest people, man. They're always the fake ones. That's actually not true. There are some people that are actually just genuinely nice, good people. And that's it. There's no fine print. They're just nice, good people. But there are also...
He's an alcoholic and needs to seek help immediately. Ironically,
okay.
Ben had claimed in the past there wasn't much his audience didn't know about him.
I usually put a lot out there on social media, so I don't think there's a whole lot people don't know.
Which might explain why he initially denied the allegations. I've recently been accused of some heinous actions and would like the opportunity to share my disgust at these accusations. I'm a firm believer in the rights and equality of all humans, including women. I grew up in a home with 3 sisters and no brothers, so I learned very early of the importance, power, love, and abilities women have. They deserve to be cherished and uplifted, and treated with respect, and that's how I live my life. The evidence, however, only kept...
Right. The only good apology is changed behavior. If somebody says, I'm sorry, never listen to them. apologies are nice, but don't be like, oh, okay.
Don Cumming.
It's whatever. I don't like giving time and attention to someone who's full of shit, I'm assuming. I've been trying to hang out and it's blah, blah, blah excuses every time, so I don't want to waste people's time. In the future, you won't get hard feelings. Far from an alcoholic, but you pass out at 4 in the fucking morning, sleep for 3 hours, then pass out at 10 o'clock, sleep 3 in the morning, and then continue to sleep till noon. Okay. Anyway, I'm done. I just had to say that because you're full of shit. Then shut the fuck up and quit wasting people's time, you stupid bitch. Uh-huh. Got it. Wholesome, posy vibes, guys.
From more and more people.
Oh my God. I do want to say, if you have somebody, and this goes for guys and girls, one of the worst things that you can do to yourself is be conflict avoidant and let somebody who is interested in you or wants something out of you not tell them directly that you don't want to do that. Because if you give people a runaround or you try to like not disappoint them, they will assume in their mind that it's still on, it's still going to happen. The best thing to do is to just tell the person outright, be direct, no, I'm not going to do this, that's the way it is. No hard feelings. Yeah, anything like that. They'll try to take advantage of it. Yeah, because like a lot of people, like you'll see, like in one of these conversations, she's like trying to talk around it, right? You can't talk around it with a person like this. If you say maybe, that's a yes to them. If you say not today, that means tomorrow to them. And I understand that's not the way it should be. But I'm giving people advice. Like if you, and this isn't also like just women are, like this is women doing this. Like I feel like guys have had this situation too, right? Where it's like somebody really wants something from you, but you don't want to tell them no, but you eventually have to because of how pushy they are, because they're not taking the hint. Yeah, have to do it.
Shut up and quit wasting people's time, you stupid blank. If I recall, I told you I didn't want anything to do with you. Just shut up and go to bed. Sounds like you need some anger management help. Be careful who you say that to, Maria, because there are people who really need help with that. Super disrespectful to say that to somebody, and also a very basic thing to say. There's a
I think she hit a weak spot there.
Reason you've been single for this many years, and it's because no one wants you, and no one gives a crap about you, because you aren't anything. You're not fun, you're boring as, so shut up and get out of here. Basic ass boring loser. Bentelex's Q&A history had suddenly aged like milk.
Petty things drive me crazy. I'm a very upfront person. I don't like petty.
To be fair, he is pretty upfront. He is. He says, do you want to do the video together? Yeah? Okay, do you want to have sex? No? Okay, I don't want to do the video together. Why not? Because you didn't want to have sex. I mean, hey, it's pretty upfront, right? In some ways it is.
I don't like grudges. I don't like things like that. I just don't do those things, so when they come my way, it's kind of like does not compute. Like I don't really know how to deal with it.
Although this one was even worse.
If a guy is too nice to a girl, that she's gonna probably friend zone him. My thing is it's 60-40. 60% of the time nice guy, 40% of the time you gotta be who you are. You can't be just like, you know, giving it all, being a total simp and all that stuff.
After 3 more women
This is really something special, huh?
came forward, Ben gave in and apologized.
There's a lot being said about me on the internet right now, and I just wanted to clear the air. I want to say to any girl who I've been rude to, whether through text or in person, that I'm sorry. I understand that me being sorry does not excuse that kind of behavior. I will continue to work on myself and do better.
With comments to say
which, to be fair, I mean, that's that's the best thing that he could say. There's nothing that he could say that would be better than that. Now, it doesn't mean he's going to do anything. But, I mean, you know, that's what he says.
And a caption reading onward, it seemed Ben was trying to return to normal, although judging by comments such as finally a legitimate reason to hate him,
there it
the
is.
internet wasn't ready to let this happen.
When you invite an OnlyFans model to your non-existent podcast, but then they say they don't want to hook up with your creepy, desperate 34-year-old self. Yes, true.
YouTubers covered the drama in Bentelek's classic style.
I knew Bentelek was trash the first time his video has appeared on my FYP and I blocked him, so this is no surprise.
While his notable quotes
just using a something,
which were changed to subtly include "You're killing me, gorgeous." Penguin Zero's video gained over 10 million views.
Huge loser. I didn't even see this one. Oh, God. Huge loser. Yeah.
While Nick is Not Green was also given the last laugh. Bentelek put his Twitter on private as his TikTok growth completely vanished. His YouTube statistics followed a similar pattern, and as of more recently, so did every other method he used to make money. Bentelek's merch...
Well, because he broke character. Like, he pretended to be a nice, wholesome guy. Like, for example, there are plenty of people that if they sent these messages to girls and they got exposed, it wouldn't affect their viewership or their popularity at all. I'm just being honest. But, like, if you try to be a nice guy, don't try to be a nice guy if you're not a nice guy. Because people will notice.
Site has now been totally wiped, while the website link to see his secret merch is also now disabled. Bentelek's Cameo has just 28 reviews, the last of which being from before he was even exposed.
Ooh.
Ben doesn't seem to do any sponsorships, and his YouTube isn't exactly popping, making you wonder why.
Ooh, man. Ooh, man.
He's even still uploading.
Not so good,
Well,
huh?
Ben has recently resorted to just blatantly reposting his old most popular TikToks, and with a short from a couple of days ago reading, "This channel is now for random content," it seems as though Bentelek has basically lost everything.
I think some of them taking a bit.
Well, that's what
Bentelek
happens whenever you pretend to be a nice guy. What he needs to do, here's what he needs to do. He needs to start working out, shave his head bald, and be an alpha male influencer. That's the only path forward. That's what he has to do. And he has to sell a course on how to talk to women. There's no other path for him. He has to do this now. He doesn't have it. No, that's what it is. He has to, yeah. Tell you what, yeah, you have to buy a pit bull, exactly. Get a nice car, exactly. Yep, there it is. You can't keep doing what he's doing. Like, it's done. It's over. It's finished. You can never have... People will never see you as a nice guy ever again. Look at Logan Paul. Logan Paul did that. He's doing great. Jake Paul did that. He's doing great. Exactly. This guy got canceled by his audience because it turned out that the person he said he was fake. So, like, they liked the guy, but it turns out he's not that guy. So they don't like him anymore. It really kind of makes sense. Here's the video. This is a good video. I don't really go on TikTok at all. I don't know shit about TikTok, but this is just what happens with a lot of content creators, is that they get popular and then everybody just decides to fucking hate them.
Kabi Lami's comment section has gotten pretty brutal. Fall off is crazy, your time is over, bro. Put the fries in the bag, all of which have appeared in just the last few months. Why has this pretty likable TikToker suddenly had his entire audience turn on him? Well, judging by another comment reading, why did we make him the most followed person on TikTok? People are starting to think that he doesn't really deserve it. He gained 162 million followers by repeating a pretty simple formula. Find ridiculous videos of people exerting too much effort on the most basic tasks,
that's good.
then show how to do it in a much easier way. Can't believe he got that big, just from reacting to humans being dumb.
I'm in danger.
Even Kabi Lami himself stated, "My videos are simple and easy, but achieving a point of simplicity was actually very difficult." He gained just 9 views and only 2 followers during his first month on TikTok, which only grew to 4,300 after posting a crazy amount of volume.
I was posting like 6 or 7 videos a day.
His main type of content, widely relatable skits.
Man, that's crazy. Seems pretty pretty familiar, man. How about that?
They were limited by a language barrier, as Kabi Lami only spoke Italian. I don't understand what he's saying. Someone translate it, please. I love your videos, but can you please do them in English? Kabi therefore devised a simple solution. Only make videos where he didn't need to talk. He'd state the fact that it's not spoken makes it a universal language. Every kid, every person around the world can see the video and get a laugh simply by watching the images.
That's smart. Yeah, physical humor. Absolutely. Great point.
Fortunately, KB was now basically limited to mocking cringy videos, although this worked unbelievably well as he began to celebrate milestone after milestone. 300,000, 400,000, 600,000, whilst his ability to silently clown on others only got better and better. He'd begin taking already viral videos and add an unexpected stitch to make them even funnier, leading to his first properly viral video, roasting a girl for her non-existent haircut. KB's respect from the audience was building higher and higher.
It's just funny, like, everybody tries to take everything so seriously nowadays. This is fucking funny. What's the problem with that? How people find this funny, I don't understand. It's not funny as in some deep psychological, you know, like, I mean, this isn't like some like Dave Chappelle stand-up routine. It's just a goofy guy doing something that's funny for a few seconds. It's just a dumb kind of funny. There's not anything to it, right? It's just funny. It's simple and fun. It's a quick chuckle. Yeah.
Leading to a further 60 million views after roasting another TikToker for his strange shaving video. This then doubled to 130 million when he joked about a factory worker eating his chocolates. However, it'd be this.
These are good. Yeah, this is good. Why are people mad?
Video here that changed his life forever.
He's gonna use his hand.
Mocking the stupid life hack gained him 250 million views, repeated in another 4 videos, which followed a similar premise. Suddenly, every video was gaining at least 30 million views.
This is good.
Whilst his moves were being copied by famous soccer players. Kabi was called the wisest man to ever live.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, it's a good formula. Yeah, it is. Jesus.
You say so much without saying anything. He'd celebrated 1 million followers on the 22nd of February, which by the 23rd of May had grown to 50 million.
Jesus.
Although with somebody calling this a big L for TikTok, there were people who weren't happy with Kabi Lami's fame. Judging by 46.2 million followers for what, and
for being funny, for likes, for what? Look at this. Bro. bunch of 30-year-old men getting here fucking mad. Just why the fuck? Like, this is it, bro. This is your average fucking hater right here. This is a good looking dude, so we don't want to talk about him. But this guy, bald as fucking hell, talking shit. 8 million likes for what? For a chuckle. It's 8 million likes for a chuckle. Is it really that problematic to you? Does it really hurt you that much that people think this is funny? It's always the boomers who can't be happy for someone. Here's the reason why people like this get upset. They get upset about it because they see somebody like this guy who does something that's so fucking simple. It's so fucking easy. It's so obvious, but he does it in a way that people like. That's it. That's the reason. And again, there's a lot. Look at, you can go back as far as, Andy Warhol. Oh, wow, he's painting photographs of soup. Yep, that's right, and it worked. And people have a fixation on the meritocracy of success. And what I mean by that is that they don't like the fact that some people get successful doing things that are stupid. But remember what I just said before about markets. It's not up to you to determine what the market thinks is valuable. If the market thinks something is funny or valuable, then it is. It's that simple. It's not, people want to assign a value judgment to this because they think that it's unfair.
8.8 million likes for what people thought there was too much reward for too little effort, which can
Who thinks like this? Think about at the point in your life where you're worried that this kid is getting a lot of likes on TikTok for something. What is this? White dudes? I don't know if I don't think race is really a factor here, to be honest. People say the same thing about other people that are different races too. I'm sure for some of them it is. Yeah, definitely. But I don't think that's really a causal factor. Could be, sure, but not as a norm. Jealousy, things like this. Yeah, a bald guy's probably on his late 40s thinking about retirement and he can't afford it. Yeah, and then he sees this kid open a door and he's like, oh my god, this is so unfair.
And turn into a person becoming hated. Take, for example, the Haktua girl.
Yep.
She's not disliked because she's a rude or terrible person. She's disliked because her success hasn't been earned.
And it's the thing is that the idea of earning success is a fixation that only people who are unsuccessful have. You're not going to see somebody who's massively successful, who's doing something very well, focusing on whether somebody else has earned that success or not. The fixation on shoulds and shouldn'ts and deserves and doesn't deserves, this is a childish concept that is invented by people that are trying to rationalize why the world is unfair. That's what it is. And the people that do that are kids. They're kids or people with the mind of a kid. They're completely subjective opinions. They are. It's a coping mechanism. It is.
Seeing his history on the platform, viewers might perceive Kabi in a similar way, as a low-effort TikToker who makes $750,000 per post for
I need to start doing TikTok. I think I'm gonna make a TikTok account. And also, here's the thing. And I've said this with streaming before. There's a lot of people who think streaming is really easy and anybody can do it. And they think that it's low effort, it's just playing video games, it's being boring, right? A lot of people think that. There we go again. Exactly. I'm going to say it again. Classic, here we go. That's right. And you know who thought that? I did. I thought that. I was right. So go do it. Go do it. Yeah, go ahead. Go do it. Yeah, that's fine. It's always very easy to, talk shit from the peanut gallery, to sit in the back and be like, it sucks. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. But then you have to go up there. It's too saturated at this point. People said that whenever I started. And I guarantee you next year, you're going to know the name of somebody who didn't believe that. That's always bullshit. People like to cope and tell themselves these things so they can rationalize why the only option they can have in their life is sitting around doing nothing.
holding out his hands in a 20-second video. The main joke is that Kabi gained over 100 million followers by doing nothing. On the unpopular opinion subreddit, one user wrote, Kabi Lami is boring, not funny, predictable, low effort, and famous. Just
a sec. Hello? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. All right, I'll tell him. All right, I'll talk to you later. Yeah, bye. My dad said everything is easy if you don't know what you're talking about. That's true. Man, that is fucking true. Oh my god. Yep. And I've learned that myself.
Wrote, Kabi Lami is boring, not funny, predictable, low effort, and famous just because he uses other people's content. 90% of his TikToks are low effort. He has a few quality vids, but that's it. He shouldn't deserve the recognition he's got right now.
What website is this on, guys? Reddit. It's on Reddit. Oh, it's on Reddit. Oh, shouldn't deserve. This is what I said, bro. Like, the moment I hear those words, I know I'm dealing with a loser. That's it.
I really have nothing against the guy, just that
Clearly. Clearly.
are some people who put real effort and can't get through, and I don't think that's fair.
Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. I wish that I could go through and read some of these people's profiles, because I think that, like, basically, I think most people have viewpoints like this, but these viewpoints are circumstantial around their own life circumstances. So, like, I can't get a job. I need to pay my rent. I see this guy that makes a lot of money on a TikTok. Now I'm mad. So it's actually not about him. It's not about what content he's doing. It's about them and being upset that the world isn't congruent with their worldview. Who said life is fair? It's not. It's human nature. It is. It is human nature. But it's still embarrassing. Would you say barriers to entries are low? Of course, the barrier to entry for making content is low. You can just make something and put it on YouTube. Yeah. I would never imagine there's so many, though. You never imagine there's so many people like this. So here's the problem, and this is why it happens. So we live in a world now where we have wealth disparity and income disparity on a level that has never been experienced in human history. Like, yes, Rome was bad. Yes, the, 30s or the, like 20s and like the, the earliest 19th century was bad, Gilded Age type stuff. Yeah, sure, this was bad. None of it is even as close to as bad as it is now in terms of disparity, right? It's some bullshit in a lot of cases, right? The disparity. And again, people nowadays live with a lot of advantages now that they didn't have back then. But I think that and also more so than the disparity, it's the awareness of the disparity. It's the fact that you constantly see people that are like, like you're a guy and you see some girl that makes $50 million on OnlyFans and she's like 25, you're going to be fucking mad about that, right? And so, yeah, I mean, the Gini index was actually lower than the current index for Western world. Yeah, I know that. A Gini index is the indicator of like, like the wealth inequality. It's like an economic term. But like the point that I'm making here is that I think that when you have such conspicuous levels of wealth, and then you also have such massive wealth inequality, and you also have people that aren't able to afford basic utilities because the world is becoming tighter, you have a lot of resentment. Like, you have a hotbed, a breeding ground for resentment. It makes sense why this happens.
Others didn't like him simply because they thought he wasn't funny.
Yeah, sure.
It hurts me because these just aren't good, and he has so many likes.
Honestly, I'm glad I'm not the only one who didn't find him that funny, but there's a much stranger reason that people began to hate him.
What's that?
Kabi posted a simple Instagram story, Say No to Racism, posted with a separate video in which he'd help a white person pull a sword out of the ground.
Okay.
It was captioned, "In a racist society, it's not enough to be non-racist. We must be anti anti-racist, but after...
Well, there's the problem right there, is nobody wants to be patronized by a person who opens car doors as a joke. For sure. Like, that's the reason why he turned activist. Yeah. And it's not about lectured to. Yeah, people don't want to be lectured to. They don't want to be told what to think. They don't want to think about racism. People watch these videos precisely because of the fact that they are so fucking stupidly funny. There's no agenda to them. There's no hidden message to them. It's just ha-ha funny. So yeah, if you take your platform and then you try to push some sort of like worldview or something like that, don't be surprised when people don't want to see that. As soon as you bring politics in, it's 07. Yeah, of course, right? And I think also, like, it's about the kind of content that you do. Like, I talk about political content, and there's some people that like it, some people that don't. But also, like, I talk about other stuff in general, so there's not as much of an issue. How is being anti-racist political? Because people don't want to be reminded of racism when they're just trying to watch a funny video and they're being confronted with, like, now we're like the idea it's not enough to be non-racist, we must be anti-racist. What this is doing is it's telling you to do something. It's like, basically, it's not enough for you not to be like this. Now you have to pick up our cross and carry it. No, people don't want to deal with that. They don't want to be told what to do. They don't want to be told what to think. They don't want to be talked down to. They don't want to be patronized. They just don't like being treated that way. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. So, and it's not about, and this is the problem, right, is that you have this idea where it's like, oh, but it's a good thing, right? It's a good message. That's not the point. The point is they don't want to hear it. They just want to relax. They don't want to think about this. We're sick of being preached at. Yes, people are sick of being preached at. It's that simple. It's a vibe killer.
Yes, Cubby made a brand new story. I'm seeing a lot of comments where people says, I unfollowed you because you did this video. I don't mind, guys. We are almost in 2022 and people still use racism.
Oh, I see. So he's saying that people don't like him because of racism. I'm sure this is true for some people, and this is a problem that a lot of people have, is that there will be some negativity that I guarantee you that there are people who don't like him because he's black. Abso-fucking-lutely. Because people are racist. That's just how they are. However, to act like this is the norm and to pretend like this, oh, people don't like me because that's not really what's going on.
Because they have nothing to do in their life.
Yeah.
You can also unfollow me. I don't care about the numbers, I care about your hearts. This was followed by another post reading, instead of wasting your time writing negative comments criticizing, try to help people, although this...
Yeah, this is always a mistake. And, like, I have been, I don't know if you guys know this, but I have been the subject of a number of angry mobs of people. There have been a lot of people mad about what I'm saying, whether it's, you know, the way I live, like, you know, my opinions on some video game, political opinions, like anything, right? There's always a new thing that people are mad at me for. And what I've learned is that you will never win people's approval by trying to win their approval. You will never convince people that you're right if they've already decided that you're wrong. That's it. It's impossible. Because why would somebody want to admit defeat? You have to just keep making content. Yeah, you just ignore it. So unless I can make content that makes the hate and negativity entertaining, then I don't generally talk about it. And you might have noticed this, but I very rarely try to actually justify my actions. Like, if somebody says I did something that's racist, I'll say, sure, I know. Yeah, that's just what I do. You know, because the moment that you try to justify yourself and you try to, like, explain yourself to people, then you, what do you call it? Then now you're losing. Right, Based? Yeah, exactly. If the glove fist, yeah, own it. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's also about, like, not taking it seriously. Because the moment that you start taking it seriously and you start talking about it in a real way, What you do is you give it oxygen. Is now you're providing a platform for it, you're talking about it, and you see, by the way, that my strategy works. That's how Trump won the election in 2016, never apologize. Yeah, you never apologize. Like, there have been things that I've apologized for, but I never apologize for something that I think is actually, like, not, like, if I make a mistake, it's like, yeah, my bad, right? And that happens. Everybody makes mistakes. But just because people disagree with you doesn't mean that you're wrong. And so embrace the meme. Yeah. Only apologize when it's illegal. Yeah, exactly. Apologize admitting guilt. Sure. And so anyway, I think that, like, look at, for example, Mr. Beast or Doc, or like Logan Paul. Like, all of these people have done things that are incredibly disagreeable by the public. And the more that they give it attention, the worse it gets. Just ignore it. They don't matter. That's it.
Controversy only ended after being overshadowed by a brand new scandal. Comments began to appear on his videos. I hope this man beats Charlie. Carby's more talented than Charlie. I have a feeling that he might pass Charlie. Charlie D'Amelio was TikTok's most followed person, although Carby was right behind her with only 4 million less. Charlie losing her title therefore became a possibility, resulting in a war between the two creators. People began devising strategies to make Carby the most followed.
If you want to help, start commenting Cabby to #1 on every video that you see on your FYP.
Charlie's fans fought back, writing, "There's no way people actually support Carby Lamy. He's literally racist and sexist. He body shames people."
What a stupid platform. What a stupid fucking... Bro, there's no way this girl writing this isn't 13.
We all know damn well that if Charlie did one of these things, her career would be over. A different video added. So basically, Carby did something so bad. He body shamed a girl. What were these TikToks even talking about? Well, an account named Canceling Carby Lamy re-uploaded one of his videos with the caption, "Why is this man obsessed with body shaming girls?" It showed 3 examples of Carby reacting to women poorly, which was paired with another video of him joking about a dude's obesity. People then discovered Carby telling women to wash the dishes, resulting in mainstream news articles and some pretty heavy backlash. Body shaming is so disgusting. Ew. That's so rude. I can't believe he'd do that. As a result...
So the problem there is that, and this is the issue that a lot of people have, is that if you're the kind of person that has these viewpoints and that does jokes like that, you can't high road people. So, like, you can't go and talk about, like, being anti-racism and then do jokes like this. Because it's like now you're playing both sides.
Carby lost 400,000 followers before the day was over, although people then recognized what was going on. They're canceling Carby because he's gonna pass Charlie. Carby therefore regained 1.5 million followers the very next day.
Nobody gives a fuck about this stuff. Here's the thing, is that mentally ill teenage girls on TikTok don't matter. They don't. Yes, it doesn't matter. Like, wow, there's somebody who's mad about you. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Numbers, Andes. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that most people think that the people that are complaining about this are absolutely cringe fucking losers. Like, the biggest losers in society are the ones that sit around and try to cancel other people for doing something that they disagree with. The biggest group of losers. So, and also, like, the reason why people don't like them is because they're telling them what to do. They're saying you shouldn't like this content, and then they're trying to shame them for liking that content. Nobody wants to have that happen to them. Yeah, Karen. Yeah, exactly. You and Mr. Beast work under an umbrella to change society. What's your goal, though? You're talking about the night media thing? I know there's a lot of people that try to make agendas like this. So Mr. Beast isn't a part of night media. He left night media quite a while ago, actually. So that actually isn't true anymore. Yeah, you're just retarded. You don't know what you're talking about. You think you do, but you don't. And so anyway, why are there so many retarded people? Because one of the most appealing things for people on the internet is to think that they're smart. There is a larger audience of stupid people watching things to make themselves think that they're not stupid more than anything. And also, this is an example of that to an extent. Wow, these people are so stupid. Telling dumb people that they're smart and actually it's a big conspiracy is super popular. Dunning-Kruger effect? Yeah, basically, right? Chances for unban request? Yeah, maybe. We'll see what happens. But anyway, yeah, nobody wants to be told what to do or what to think.
Ironically helping him become the most followed TikToker. Although Kabi Lami's reputation has been trending downwards ever since that day. Bro disappeared from my FYP after he became the most followed on TikTok. Yeah. Ever since he passed Charlie, he's not been on my FYP, also being noticed by Noah Glenn Carter.
Because he's basically done nothing since becoming #1. Like, he never even made a video celebrating or acknowledging that he was now the #1 most followed TikToker. And since becoming #1, he's posted once, maybe
so he was right whenever he said he didn't care about getting viewers. Yeah, I think that's fucking based. He hit #1 on the whole platform and he didn't even make a video about it. Bro, that's so based. What do you mean? That's awesome.
Twice a week.
As mentioned, Kabi went from making 6 or 7 videos per day to basically never posting. He instead began to state, I want to make films. This is my main objective. I've wanted to make movies since I was a child.
This is a mistake. I think that if you tried to go and, like, making movies is very different than doing skits. And being able to understand, like, different types of media is a really big challenge. And you see this a lot with, like, people on YouTube and also with people that are on Twitch, is that the way that you make a YouTube video isn't the way that you make a stream. And the way that you do TikTok isn't the way that you make a YouTube video either. So you have a lot of people who don't really understand they don't understand how to, like, operate in different types of markets, right? He can learn it though. Yeah. And I by the way, like, oh, wow, you think there's a market for physical humor? I don't know. Let's ask Charlie Chapman or Mr. Bean. Like, yes, there absolutely is. Gallagher, right? I mean, there's a million fucking examples of physical humor being massively popular. So it's not like he can't do it, but at the same time, being good at doing TikTok doesn't really qualify you to do films.
Almost implying he was better than his TikTok audience. When he did post a video, it was often just an ad. Kabi did promotions for Airbnb, Hugo Boss, even Facebook, and by disrespecting his audience with loads of different ads, the audience would also lose respect for him. He used to be so famous. How did bro get forgotten?
Yeah, I think this happens with a lot of things. People don't like to see a lot of ads. I mean, I think that seeing ads is okay sometimes. But I think the problem is that when it becomes the majority of the content, or people feel like the content isn't authentic, I think, and this becomes even more important on, like, TikTok, because TikTok capitalizes on, like, the naive parasocial relationship in a way that other platforms that have older audiences don't really do anymore. So there's a lot of people on TikTok that actually think that the TikTokers that are really popular have basically the same lives as they do, even though they have, like, whole studios where they record 7-second videos on. But they don't understand that because they're kids. So when you start breaking that wall and, like, start advertising a lot and doing this stuff, it stops and, like, you know, being, like, famous and it's like, oh, I'm at this big place. For a lot of people, it kills that relatability for obvious reason.
People started posting TikToks such as, maturing is realizing that Kabi Lami was never funny, and that whole race for him to Charlie was lame, as well as, bro, can we all agree that Kabi Lami wasn't even funny? We just wanted him to pass Charlie D'Amelio in followers, which on its own gained almost 1 million likes. I mean, sometimes he was low-key funny, but it got old real quick, hinting at Kabi's next problem. As far back as 2021, people were already stating,
it's the same thing every single time. I know exactly what's gonna happen in each goddamn video.
Honestly, Kabi's videos were funny at first, but the joke got old after a while.
This is also a big problem that a lot of people have, is that it's hard for them to, like, reinvent their content and reinvent themselves. Like, and this has been something that, like, I actually think that, like, for me, I'm not trying to, like, you know, but I actually think I do a really good job at this. Because if you look at my content from 2 years ago, it's very different than my content is now. And if you look at my content 2 years ago, it's very different than my content was 4 years ago. And if you look at my content 4 years ago, it's very different than my content was 6 years ago. And I think that continuously evolving and changing what you're doing is necessary in order to maintain an audience. And it's not like a lot of big changes in a lot of cases, but it's small things that readjust you in a way that keeps it fresh. React minute? Well, there's different things, right? Playing different games. It's called adaptability. Yeah, you have to be able to adapt in a market like this. That's just how it is. So you're trans? I guess so.
It's really funny at the start, but his joke is getting old. He never does anything else but these kind of videos. Well, now it's 3 years later, and the joke still hasn't changed.
Yeah.
His lack of changing content becomes a lack of growth, for which the audience trashes him in comment after comment. But it's...
Yeah, I think this is so weird. Like, the guy got really, really popular. He had a huge, huge success story, right? He did really, really well. And now he's not that popular anymore because this was obviously in 21. This is like at the peak of COVID. Like, it's just hype beast standees. Like, this happens anytime that, like, a stream gets really popular. Have you guys ever noticed this? That there's, like, the type of viewers that will watch streams because they get a lot of viewers. And then when the stream stops getting a lot of viewers, those people will turn toxic and turn on the streamer. Have you guys seen this happen? Yeah, viewership Andes, exactly. And the you fell off Andes, yeah, exactly. And they typed the view count all the time, exactly. And like for me, I very much I hate them, right? Because like they don't ninja, obviously. Well, for everybody, right? It's that way. And so yeah, the 40K, I'll stay, exactly. It's like, oh yeah, there's this many viewers, like it's good stream. Like it's a huge problem on social media, like the bandwagoning that people have. And I think that on Twitch, it's the worst. It's so bad on Twitch. They do it all the time for you on your channel. Yeah, well, they do, and then they just get banned, right? It's pretty simple. Yeah, because I see somebody doing it, and it's like, oh, that's weird. Okay, you know, you're banned, right? That's it. And so, because it's like that kind of a viewer is like super toxic. People love a downfall. People don't love a downfall. People love a power dynamic and a power fantasy. And people love the power fantasy of being able to bring somebody up. And they also love the power fantasy of being able to bring somebody down. That's why it's popular. It's because they don't like the idea that somebody can grow and be successful without them. Because it's a power fantasy. Why? Because it makes them feel better about the inherent unfairness of social media and fame and popularity and money. So basically what it does is it collectively gives people a false power fantasy that they can control how well a content creator does, because that offsets it in their mind of what the unfairness is that this person is in that position to the first place. The power trip? Yeah, exactly. That's how it works. That's how I think the psychology works.
Lack of growth, for which the audience trashes him in comment after comment. But it's been especially bad recently. On the 14th of August, this person commented, "Kabi always knows how to keep it simple and hilarious," but only 2 weeks later, the same person's now stating, "Just put the fries in the bag, bro."
He's only doing that because he got negative feedback and this gets popular reactions. Most people's opinions on social media aren't real. So this comment only got 14 likes, and then he saw other people saying bad things about him. And this kid's like, what, 14, 15 years old? He doesn't care about this. Like, he's just trying to get a lot of likes for his comments because he thinks it makes him popular. That's it. And this is the same thing on social media. It's people like, have you guys ever seen the comments on social media where it's like, everything I've learned about Asmongold has been against my will? And then I'll click on their profile and they're following me? Well, you're just saying the thing that people think is popular because you want to be popular. You're just looking for attention. Like, that's it. So I wouldn't take this very seriously. Positive comment, 14 likes. Negative comment equals 1,200 likes. No, it's comment that reinforces the viewpoints of other people.
In the past, Kabi Lami stated,
Of course, the people, they will always found something bad to you. I think it's just part of the life.
And turning his back on TikTok has definitely had some benefits. He'd appear in the recent Bad Boys movie, is now a judge on Italy's Got Talent, and most notably, he's about to release his own feature film called Double O Kabi.
My dudes, get your loot.
I don't think that so I think it's a huge mistake to try to apply like TikTok short form content, like strategies to like long form media. And I think it's the same thing as like with streaming. It's like if you try to make a stream and you try to make it like the same as a YouTube video, it's not going to work, right? The only thing that works is if you make something for that platform, right? It's a different content medium. Yeah, exactly. 2.5 billion likes. Yeah, a lot of people watch this guy. Absolutely. And I think, honestly, like, why he's been suddenly hated. Imagine making a guy famous for nothing, then getting mad that he's famous for nothing. The internet audience will be praising him in 3 years for what he did and hating on him now for the same thing. These people can never be happy. They're only doing it because it's a power fantasy. Why did we make him most followers account on TikTok? Self-awareness left the chat. Bro doesn't talk and still getting canceled. On God, this generation is cooked. At this point of stage, hating has become a trend. Yeah, that's the way it is for everybody. So like almost all content creators, and you can see this on like LSF, for example. Like how many of you guys have seen like content creators that they go through this transition where it's, wow, look at this new content creator. Wow, look how many viewers they're getting. Wow, they're getting so popular. Like we knew they were great. Oh, wow, here they are. Oh, I don't know if I like them anymore. Like, oh, this isn't, yeah, it's the same stuff. Like people love the power fantasy of being able to bring you up, and they also love the power fantasy of being able to bring you down. And so if they can't have both of those, they get upset. But yeah, here's the video. I'll link it to you guys. Why do people watch him? Yeah, LSF thinks they control streamers. A lot of people think that they do that. And it's, again, it's all about a power fantasy. Once you understand that the reason why people comment stuff like this is for a power fantasy and for attention, everything else makes perfect sense.
That's While she's always stated,
I actually measure my own success by the amount of haters and criticism that I have.
It seems penalty after penalty.
Well, I don't think she's ever going to be as successful as Osama bin Laden. So she should just pack it up. I mean, that guy was one of the most successful people, I mean, ever. I mean, think about
While she's always stated,
I actually measure my own success by the amount of haters and criticism that I have.
It seems penalty after penalty.
Well, I don't think she's ever going to be as successful as Osama bin Laden. So she should just pack it up. I mean, that guy was one of the most successful people, I mean, ever. I mean, think about that.
Is finally taking its toll. Her public nuisance stunts are becoming far less frequent, as most of her content now focuses on street interviews.
Do you have a moral justification for animal
Please clear the street.
Shut the f*** up!
On the sidewalk. Get the police! These officers.
Death to the police. Guys, this is insane. So, University of Washington was set on fire while pro-Hamas students chanted death to the police. What? And this is in Seattle. But how is this happening in America? I actually think that, like, for this kind of stuff, I think it's really important that they are just, like, hyper aggressive about this and they just totally shut it down. Like, I mean, you can't, I mean, this is third world country stuff. Like, you're making blockades of random things and setting them on fire. Really, this is third world country behavior. There's no reason to deal with this at all. There's no reason to put up with this even for a second. It's a violent act. Yeah, it is. Indoctrination from terrorists. It sucks that some of those beautiful places in the country, West Coast, have been turned into terrible places to live with their laws and crimes. I would have loved to live in Seattle or Portland, but they're just trash places because of the people and the governments. I think that the reason why they're such trash places is because they're high-income areas. And a lot of high-income areas and high-income people never have to deal with the consequences of any sort of, you know, like, kind of suicidal empathy that they have. So these people live in, like, gated communities, and they're separate from the rest of the population. And because there's so many of them, though, they're able to make a tangible effect on voting. So their luxury beliefs get turned into laws, and now the population has to pay the price for it. And I think that's the reason why you have a lot of these, like, really rich cities that have these really bad laws. Because, like, have you guys noticed that it seems like all of the cities that have, like, really, really high, like, standard of living, or not standard of living, like, cost of living, are the cities that have the dumbest laws? I think the reason why is because those people have the ability to just simply pay to avoid this problem entirely. And so they can afford to vote in a way that makes them feel good because they don't have to deal with the consequences of, again, those luxury beliefs. Sanctuary cities? Well, look at, I mean, New York is the same thing, right? Also the largest wealth gaps? Yeah, and that's the reason why you have this happen. I think it is. I could be wrong. Antifa protesters occupied the brand new engineering building to protest Israel. They lit dumpster fires, created blockades, and chanted death to the police. See, like, I just don't see how this happens. Like, in my opinion, like, I'm very much of the mindset that, like, I have no problem with people that are protesting and, like, it, you know, they're just protesting. But, like, if you're obstructing people's movement in a public place, you are, in my opinion, I think, committing an act of violence. And I think the police should just arrest all of them. And I think that, like, I mean, what they could do, like, if I was the police, this is what I would do. I would probably do a eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and every fifth person gets charged, like, with an insane thing. Just make it completely random and totally, like, you know, just indiscriminate. And do that a few times, and then people stop doing it. It's pretty simple. Why not all of them? It'd just be too much paperwork and too much effort. That's really the reason. You're also damaging public property? Yeah, no, for sure. For a protest? This isn't a protest. Like, when you're lighting things on fire and you're obstructing people's movement, like, this isn't protesting. Yeah, this is terrorism. Like, I like, it doesn't matter. The judges would let them go. Just put them up in federal charges so it doesn't matter. Here's a copy of pro-Hamas chant this evening. Down with the Iron Dome. Oh, man. I feel like some of these, blood money in your bank account, a child's life was worth no amount. Oh, boy. Yeah, they're LARPing. Looks fake. Yeah, it could be fake. You're right about that. Kind of engaging in negotiations with protesters. UW sent in dozens of cops in riot gear to brutalize students. Huge fucking W. Massive fucking W. Exactly how you should handle it. There is no, you should not give even the slightest amount of leniency or, you know, like, weakness into this at all. Just immediately brutalize them, immediately arrest them, immediately get them, shut it down instantaneously. Do that a few times and it stops after. Move. Take it down. Yeah, they're adults. Yeah, you do not negotiate with terrorists. They were, in fact, defeated. But, you know. Yeah, they got arrested and they brought in a bunch of other people and that was about it. But, like, yeah. Why are these demonstrations only in the USA? In Poland, we have close to 2 million immigrants from Ukraine to war and not a single dumb shit like this is happening here. The reason why it's happening a lot in the U.S., so one of the big reasons why is because the U.S. funds Israel in a way that a lot of other countries don't. And so that's the reason why you have a lot of protests in America, is because people feel like they're more connected to the problem. That's the reason, right? I mean, wrong, there's a lot in the EU too. I mean, U.S. law allows it. Yeah, and there's also the U.S. law that allows it. What is this?
Breaking news coming out of Seattle, where dozens of demonstrators against the war in Gaza took over a building at the University of Washington last night. They also blocked streets and set fire to dumpsters. Now, this is the most visible protest of its kind so far this spring, following dozens of protests on campuses a year ago. Police arrested more than 24 people.
Not
Among
enough.
other things, demonstrators demanded the school break its ties to the Boeing Corporation because of its military contracts. Breaking news coming out.
Yep. And so so far this spring, it's easy to solve this problem. Very, very easy.
Left, you're all the same. SPD, KKK, IOF, you're all the same.
The Seattle Police Department is like the KKK. I guarantee you it's a bunch of white people chanting this. Like, absolutely 100% chance.
Left, you're all the same. SPD, KKK, IOF, you're all the same. SPD,
The usual
KKK,
suspect, yeah.
IOF, you're all the same. SPD, KKK, IOF, you're all the same.
Jesus Christ. Okay, let's see if there's any more of them. UW would rather set riot cops on their own students than negotiate peacefully. These people don't want a negotiation. This isn't even what they're looking for. They're looking for, they're trying to bully them into doing something. And also, like, the entire premise of a negotiation, like, the university isn't accountable to these people. Like for example, a private company is not accountable to random citizens. So a private company can act in the way that it wants, and random citizens cannot demand accountability directly from that company. Now, they can lobby the government to demand accountability. Of course they can. But to demand it directly themselves, they can't. Yeah, idiot troll comment? Yeah. Well, yeah, they send in cops with riot gear to deal with rioters. What's odd about that? Yeah, I know. Isn't that a shock? But, yeah, well, there we go. And, wow. God damn. Law enforcement officers have breached the mechanical engineering building. What a surprise. I'm so glad this kind of stuff isn't as popular as it used to be. And now it's just that the government, because, like, you've got to keep in mind, this is in Seattle. And so, like, if they're being this aggressive with it, the probability that any of these protests go anywhere for, like, the indefinite future is basically zero. Like, isn't Seattle where Chaz was whenever they created that, like, you know, that place where, like, the police weren't allowed to go in during COVID? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was. And so, like, this is, like, ground zero for retardation. So if even here you have common sense, yeah, this is cooked. I think people in general have just been completely fed up with this. Need a timeout? Yeah. You got a Karen crashing out in the background. Yep, turning the lights on. There you go. These people have gone too far? Oh yeah, they definitely have. I think that protesting and, like, you know, being okay, you know, or, like, trying to, like, you know, raise advocacy is okay. But, like, whenever you're lighting things on fire, like, what are you doing? How is this called a protest? It's obviously not. It's a riot. It is. Like, again, like, you're literally lighting shit on fire and destroying property. Yep, there we go. See, what they need to do, though, like, I think this is great, but what I think that they need to do a lot more of is they really need to start arresting these people. They need to start arresting them and, like, really charging them with things that are, like, very extreme in order to make other people stop doing it. And deport them? Well, yeah. I mean, no, by the way, if any of these people are not citizens, I think they should be immediately deported instantaneously. If you are participating in riots and things where you're lighting things on fire, we already have enough crackheads in our country to begin with. We don't need to import new crackheads. Would never happen. Never say never. Charge them with terrorism, simple as that? Sure. Yeah, I'm really happy to see this. This is great. Yeah, they're just totally shutting it down. No bullshit, etc.
Hey, what's up? We're the Bunkin' Bros, and we're back today to show you some AI scams that are infiltrating your feed, but you don't know how to spot it? Well, guess what? We're gonna tell you exactly what to look for in today's episode of Debunking.
Guys, check this out. This one, oh my God, was so good. I was just browsing my feed one day and someone said what I ordered versus what I got, and I immediately saw, wait a second, that's another Midjourney AI image on a storefront.
AI image, AI video.
AI, and they even have AI image to video on there. The last time we showed you guys storefronts that are items that don't exist at all, but look at this. This is actually a real store where if you buy this, you will receive something.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you get?
Yeah, what do you get? Because these look very intense.
You get...
Oh, it's printed!
No! It's printed on it?
Wow, they just printed the AI image on the shirt.
We have the shirt at home.
Yeah.
The shirt at home.
So yeah, you're looking at a picture, you want to tell if it's AI, because these look pretty realistic. So what do you look for? Here's some things that you can do to tell if something's AI. The first thing to do is to pick a skinny line anywhere in the image and try to trace it and follow it, especially along the patterns. The more you look at these lines, they start to not really make sense. They break up and they become like embedded in themselves. It's really ugly. Also, because AI image generators are basically replicating little parts of image patterns, notice how the braided knots on her shirt become almost the same texture as her hair. Because like, once again, it's like the same way we work as artists when you're like putting down little blobs of ink and paint. Bob Ross is a great example. Like the way he scratches the brush on the canvas, it's like, oh, those are tree branches, those are waves. In reality, they're just paint blobs, but they're shaped a certain way to give you a mental cue as to what they are.
Yeah.
And AI images are doing the exact same thing.
There's so many red flags before you even, get your product here, which is like $30 for a sweater like this. Like, are you kidding me? Those things are really, really hard to make. And it's so funny about this is like with like Wish and Temu and all these like drop shipping sites, like these sites exist to sell you stuff because they're sending from China, so you want to return it. It's a huge pain in the butt. It's really hard to do that. And if they send you something that's wrong and you have a problem with it, it's like, dude, you're out of luck. Anyway, so yeah, so there you go. Boom. Classic scam. Classic. So not all AI sublimation prints are bad, because I'm actually wearing one right now. So I've been making custom one-off sweet AI camo designs just because it's fun. And it's not a scam because I know what I'm getting. I'm not selling them yet, but if I were to, I might use something like Squarespace. It's today's sponsor. So if you guys are interested in starting your own website or making a shop full of designs that you've created, you should check out Squarespace, not only because they have award-winning templates, but most importantly, they have an entire integrated payment system where you can use credit cards or PayPal, Afterpay, Klarna, all sorts of ways to actually start your own little shop where you can make anything you want. And since we're on the topic of AI, we can't forget to talk about Squarespace's Fluid Engine that actually helps you design websites even faster and gets you to the results you want. It's not scammy stuff, it's cool AI, it's helpful AI. They probably trained it on a bunch of really cool websites. Isn't that sweet? And of course, they provide you with so many amazing, helpful analytics to help make sure your shop's thriving and reaching the customers or audience that you're trying to. So if you're interested in creating a website, head on over to squarespace.com/CorridorCrew to get 10% off your first website or domain. Check it out. It's a great deal.
In all the ways to make money on the internet, of course you can just generate as much content as you can and just turn on that content hose and hope to get some added hits on that content, and maybe it's not a bot. But another way to make money, a tried and true classic way to make money, is simply to scam people.
Steal it!
Oh, just simply scam them.
While I was researching the fake Keanu Reeves AI news story that picked up from our video, I got served a ton of fake AI advertisements where they would use deepfake technology and voice alteration technology to take celebrities and make it sound like they are hawking some product or making it legitimate. You know what, we'll just start playing the advertisements and you guys shout things out as it hits you. All right, Dr. Oz.
Jesus Christ.
I already don't trust anything this guy says.
Yeah, you shouldn't, but...
has shown that type 2 diabetes is a direct consequence of a deficiency of a single mineral in the body.
Yeah, whenever he moves his head, like the plane of his mouth kind of doesn't move.
You have a video of him talking, but his mouth is being replaced by an AI animated mouth that's being fed audio from text to speech.
That's being fed audio from text to speech.
It's been trained on his voice. And so the audio is driving the mouth animation. And you get this weird disconnect where he's moving, he's talking, he's doing things like this, but doesn't line up at all with what he's saying. They're probably using Wave2Lip, which basically just takes an audio file and animates the mouth. It's the easiest one to use in terms of like just pumping out content. Another thing to notice, he never says what it is.
John managed to find a new way to help your body recover this mineral naturally.
What is it? And now they're trying to, this is the emotional manipulation, they're hooking you in, right? They're trying to get you to stay to figure out what this thing is. So I clicked on the advertisement.
Morgan Freeman, one of Hollywood's biggest stars, struggled with...
Oh, immediately the lips don't touch.
What a weird thing to talk about in Jimmy Kimmel. Do the loop, do you see the
freaking loop?
I've tried absolutely everything to control my blood sugar. The medications only gave me side effects.
Okay, all right. Oh my God. That's him at his lowest.
Him all mummied up.
I might turn into a mummy.
It's completely true and scientifically based.
Wait, this is real now.
Now we get real actual scammers showing their faces.
I like how they still have the ad bar playing at the bottom. Admiral ad bar.
The ad bar at the bottom is such a dirty trick. So if we go back to the beginning of this, watch how fast that progress bar moves at the beginning. Oh, it's like a 30-second long video. As the video plays, it slows down more and more and more.
Oh, that's dirty.
It's so dirty.
But it'll get close and never actually reach.
Have you noticed they still haven't told you what the product is? They're still like hooking you along a little bit. Look, the more time you spend watching an advertisement, the more like committed you feel to having to like buy the advertisement to make it feel like your time was worthwhile. That progress bar is slowing on down to a crawl. It's barely even moving now. What they're selling here is fake diabetes medicine. It's text-to-speech, it's Wave2Lip, which is not really the best way to fake stuff these days. There's better ways to fake stuff, which I will show you in this video. So after I found that fake diabetes medicine, this advertisement popped up. This one's kind of crazy.
Oh man, is this the same day?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So this one started off with a priest, clearly targeting a certain demographic of people, not religious people, but like old people, right? And they're doing Wave2Lip, and they're using text-to-speech. Now check this out.
If today you need to pay a bill, settle a debt, or simply would like more money in your life, the 60-second prayer will help you.
Oh my God.
Oh, I just hit the jackpot, baby.
Just to let you understand the power of this prayer, it has been hidden from you for years. Because this is the secret of the rich to get so much money.
Pause. This is the craziest advertisement. Like, it's a pitch for a magic prayer. I'm very excited to find out how we need to give them money to receive this prayer.
He won't tell you it here in the video, of course. And click.
Wait a second. These are, look, the website is forming out the same way. Like, it's so obvious that these are both operating under this in the same shack.
Yeah, they all went to the same scam school.
God is about to completely transform your life and gift you with an
Okay. How do I give you my money? I want the prayer.
Raise your hands and give thanks.
Now
God
it sounds
is about
like
to
AI
completely
voice.
transform your life. Look, you've a
How did you fast forward it?
I recorded the whole thing and then fast forwarded it in DaVinci. Do you guys want to know how?
Oh my God, this is just like the hose. You're in this deep dungeon, and then like there's these robotic overlords with a slurry hose. And then like this is gray, gross slurry is just like pouring onto you.
How long do you guys think this advertisement went on for?
Half hour.
Half hour. It was 30 minutes long.
What?
Yes, I'm sitting there like,
What's
I need to
the
do
game
some work.
behind making an ad that long?
She doesn't tell you. The whole time she's like, wouldn't it be great to have a thing that would bring us so much money? And they repeat that over and over and over again for like 25 minutes. Like brainwashing.
This is so weird. It's so weird.
I think this was edited by ChatGPT. Money, Jesus, women, money, Jesus. Happy, money, money, money.
I can't take it.
Power, clothes, vacation, people, friends.
Okay, guys, this is actual brain rot. This is actually what brain rot is. Anyone who says brain rot is something else.
Without charging a single cent for it.
We're getting to it, guys.
Oh my God. And I also pay for servers to be able to send you access to the Magic Temple. Not to mention the support team's salary, which will be available 24 hours a day to answer your questions. So in the end, this costs me money. That's why until I find someone or some company willing to sponsor these costs, I'm forced to charge a small fee to send you the magic prayer and access to the temple.
There we go.
So even though this magic prayer brings you wealth and riches, she can't afford to run the website, so you need to pay a little bit of money to get the magic prayer that gives you the money.
She should just use the magic prayer to pay for the servers.
Will be able to receive their access for the symbolic amount, $59.
What a fucking deal.
And then the button appears. You have to wait until then.
To cart.
So they get you first to the priest. Anytime people are taking real footage or real video of somebody and manipulating it later on, look for the crispness of the teeth.
They're always so blurry. Why are the teeth always so blurry?
Look how crisp his eyes are.
It was that way in frickin' Alien Romulus as well.
Yeah, seriously, if a Hollywood movie has blurry teeth, scammers aren't gonna do much better. So the thing is, a lot of the tools that the scammers are using here are also really useful tools. Being able to do wave to lip to say, have a translation of a show and have it be in another language is actually really useful. We're in this area where we see tools that can be used for good or evil. And it's up to us to choose the right thing to do with them.
We're actually making an extended version of this episode on quarterdigital.com. We had a lot more fun stuff that we're looking at.
How many people do you think are watching this?
Oh my God. It was a good time, and you can have a good time with us over there. But here on YouTube, we're gonna get back to it.
You guys might remember, I took a voice sample from you, and I took a video sample from you.
Yeah.
You guys are familiar with Sam and Ren. You know how they move, you know how they talk. So let's take a look at a video where I've manipulated them. So first, here's a still picture of Ren. I'm gonna take this photo, I'm gonna bring it to life. So here's me capturing video of my face. And now here's Ren doing all the same expressions.
Oh, he ages so
much.
much.
Yeah, I was about to say, why did he become old man?
The motion's good though.
Yeah.
His face is getting slowly squished over time, but.
All right, here's Sam eating his lunch.
Did it replace his whole head?
I kind of got cuter.
It made your cheeks a little rosier. And then I'm taking my voice and I am translating my voice into Sam and Ren's voice.
I just want to tell you I have a special secret way for you to make money. And it makes you rich, and it made me rich, and it made lots of people rich.
I'm here to tell you about the special nutritional supplement along with a magic prayer that can make you lots of money and cure any disease that you have and lots of other things, whatever it is that...
This one works better than Ren's for some reason.
Yeah, my head is small. Wait, so it's generating my entire head, not just the face, because when you're doing a deep fake, it's just doing this part of the face, and that's it.
That's it.
That is the whole head.
Yep. That lets me speak and have emotions and have natural human cadences and have that become their voice, which is kind of crazy.
And it makes you rich, and it made me rich.
And you know, the lip sync is a little weird, the mouth animation is a little bit weird, but because we know how these guys talk, and they don't talk like me. I guess I talk like this a lot. But if you didn't know them, you might not see that as clearly. Also, it's on the internet, so it's blurry, it's compressed. It's a weird, wacky world we're going into.
Now, we've gathered a lot of really cool clips, but we know you're out there finding stuff too. Let us know if you find anything. Send it over to debunk@corridordigital.com. Brad Pitt, Hollywood's most handsome man. He wants to be your boyfriend. Recently, a woman was scammed out of an exorbitant amount of money by Nigerian scammers pretending to be Brad Pitt. We're talking about $850,000.
What?
She sent them. It all starts with Brad Pitt hitting you up on social media some way and saying, hey, I like you, I'm interested in you. And then it elevates to, you know what? I'm gonna send you some gifts, some very expensive gifts. And then, oh, now there's a problem with the gifts. They're in customs. They need money to release the gifts. And then it escalates to now, I'm in the hospital and I have medical expenses you have to pay for. And the way they were doing it, though, was eventually with doctored images and then AI video. So these are an example of some of the images that were sent to her.
Yeah, these are just Photoshopped.
That one in the top right? He's got the freaking 1930s pajamas on.
Dude, the bottom right's also hilarious.
Bottom right? I know.
This is crazy.
Look at the text. I love you so much, my wife.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the reason she thought that she needed to send him money is because he said that Angelina Jolie, quote unquote, froze his bank accounts. And so she had no choice but to do it.
Darn Jolie.
But then what happens is that news articles start coming about Brad Pitt actually entering like a relationship with like another model. So the woman starts to get suspicious. The scammers, in response, created a news segment using AI voice and wave to lip to convince her that Brad Pitt released a statement about his new relationship and that this other woman was still his true love. So there's definitely a lot of speculation because a lot of the actual stuff that she was sent isn't released. Given the like account that she's given and stuff, it's like, honestly, she was just tricked with text messages, Photoshop images, and then at the very end, the Hail Mary was the AI wave to lip news source.
What's interesting about this is that like the Brad Pitt scams have been going on since way before AI video was ever a thing.
Yeah.
It just goes to show this like there's always a market for people who can get scammed. The last time we were on this show, we were talking about the wildfires here in LA, and a lot of people were creating these AI videos of like the Hollywood sign on fire and stuff like that. And we're talking about what fire actually looks like. Well, there's a moment there when we actually pulled B-roll from a website called Storyblocks. We use it all the time. I actually love this site. We're using it as an example of what real fire should look like. But we discovered after having downloaded that video file, it was actually an AI-generated video of a wildfire. It wasn't real.
There's like a volcano splatter.
There's a volcano splatter coming in. Ready for it? So then we started diving deeper and realized that like this user on Storyblocks, everything they've been uploading for a while now is all just AI video, and it's all relatively high quality too.
Yeah, it is.
It's not bad, but like it definitely, that fire scale is way off.
See, that's the thing. AI can never get the scale of fire correct.
Maybe that one actually is pretty convincing. That clip I might honestly not think much of if it's shown in the right context.
And see, that's the thing. I would have no problem using any of these assets in a context that is like, oh, I just need some generic B-roll to kind of illustrate a point I'm making. But if I'm trying to show you how real fire looks, but then I use an example that is not real, that is disingenuous. Other stock websites, such as Adobe Stock, they actually have little signs that clarify whether or not it is AI generated. It's generated with AI. Editorial use must not be misleading or deceptive. See, that's the thing about Storyblocks, though, is that there's no indicator on any videos on Storyblocks to indicate whether or not it is real or generated.
I'm curious, how on Storyblocks these days, how much is AI?
Ooh. That one looks like AI.
That kind of does.
Yeah, that's AI. Look at the smoke in the background.
Yep. It's like,
Yeah,
I can't tell if it's fire
AI.
or smoke. That's, I think it's animation.
Those are 2D like After Effects particle systems or something going on there.